Hi friends, welcome to this morning yoga flow. It's intended for you to be able to flow as soon as you wake up, twist and work out some of those kinks and tightness from sleeping all night and go about your day. So when you're ready, go ahead and come to a comfortable, easy seat. You can sit crisscross applesauce. You can take one heel in front of the other, whatever is comfortable for you. Palms facing down, eyes closed. Sitting up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back and down. Make sure that your skull and shoulders and sacrum are in a nice straight line. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Starting to bring some awareness to the body, finding where you feel some tension, where you may have slept wrong and have like a kink in your neck. Just taking stock and taking a moment to just sit and breathe. On your next inhale, bring your hands up, palms to touch. Exhale, the left hand down, stretching into that side, making sure that your sits bones are still rooted to the ground. If you have flexibility here and you'd like to walk your fingertips out a little bit more, maybe come down to the forearm, feel free to do so. Don't push it though, just ease into this stretch. Inhale back up, exhale to the right. Feeling a nice stretch to the side body, maybe getting some nice snap, crackle, pops through your spine. Inhale back up. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. And come back up to center and come to a tabletop position. Wrists under elbows and shoulders, knees under hips. And we're going to do a couple cat-cows. So inhale, tucking your tailbone towards the sky, looking up to the sky, lifting your chin, opening through your throat, stretching your neck. And exhale, round through the back, tucking that tailbone, bringing your chin into your chest, pushing the ground away, really rounding through your upper back. Cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Take a few rounds of these on your own breath. Feel free to take some liberties and maybe move in kind of a barrel roll if that feels good. And make sure you go both ways if you choose to do that. Or just take the traditional cat-cow. A few more. Maybe you're finding some sticky points and you can just hang out there a little bit longer. After your next round, come to a neutral plank. Root down through your hands so you're clawing your mat. Eye of your elbows are pointed forward. Index fingers are pointed forward, and you're going to just stretch your legs back into a nice sturdy plank. And we're gonna pitch forward a little bit, bend through the elbows and lower down for 3, 2, 1, all the way down. Untuck your toes, keeping your hands where they are. Just a gentle lift of your chest, rolling the shoulders back, elbows towards your ribs. Cobra. Breathing. Core is lightly engaged to protect your low back. And lower down. We're going to take our arms out into what I call a cactus. So you're going to have your arms at a 90 degree, so it's kind of like a goal post. So elbow is 90 degrees out, wrist is 90 degrees up. And we're going to roll onto our right side first. So go ahead and tent your left fingertips and then just gently push over, rolling onto that right shoulder. You can bend your top leg if you would like to get a little bit more of an intense stretch, a little bit of a deeper stretch. But you're using that left hand for leverage to really stretch into that shoulder and that pec. Making sure you're breathing.
Gently roll back onto your belly.
Now goalpost your other arm or cactus your other arm. Using your right hand, TP it, and then you're going to kick over onto your left shoulder. Feeling a nice stretch, you can leave your leg like this. If you want to try and open your hip a bit more, you can do that. Or just keep them stacked, whatever feels right in your body this morning. Using that right hand to leverage yourself, getting that nice stretch, continuing to breathe. And gently roll back onto your stomach. From here, you're going to push up onto your elbows. So your elbows are directly under your shoulders. Palms are flat in front of your mat. And you're going to roll your shoulders back, and you're going to energetically try to pull your chest through your shoulders. So you're getting a nice little back bend here. This is called Sphinx pose. Good, and then from here, we're going to lower down, bring our hands, tops of our hands down by our sides. We're going to do a half locust. So I want you to untuck your back toes. Make sure that you are engaging your quads and your glutes, actively push the tops of your feet into the mat. Look forward, roll your shoulders back, and on an exhale, lift your chest up off of the ground. You can try and bring your thumbs to touch, or if you'd like to, put your palms facing down, getting a bit more of a shoulder stretch here. This is a half locust pose. Bring your hands by your rib cage, push up into an up dog. Roll over your toes, pushing back into our first downward facing dog. So go ahead and take a second to pedal out your feet. Stretching through one side, stretching through the other side. Maybe bending both knees, lifting your hips. Just getting a nice little stretch here. Maybe bounce the feet a little bit. Taking as much of a bend in your knees as you would need. But we're pushing the ground away, clawing through the mat. Eyes of the elbows are still trying to point forward. And then settle into your downward dog here for just a moment. Taking a few rounds of breath. And then we're going to look forward, and we're going to tiptoe up to the tops of our mat. Taking a nice forward fold. So go ahead and bend your knees generously, resting your chest on your thighs, letting your head hang. Maybe hands come to the mat or they come behind your legs. Just hanging here for a moment. Then go ahead and engage your core, rolling up to stand. Arms up overhead, palms touch, rolling your shoulders down. We're in a nice mountain fold pose. From mountain, we're going to bring our hands to heart center, roll down into another forward fold. I want you to take your feet hip width distance apart. Your hips are not as wide as you think they are. I want you to make your fists, put your fists together, and then bring your feet so that they are two fists width distance apart. That is hip width. So from here, you can bend your knees, you can leave them straight, but I want you to grab opposite elbow, hand to opposite elbow, and take a ragdoll. So you're just gonna hang your head, maybe sway side to side, bending one leg, straightening the other. Elongating your spine, letting your head feel heavy, feeling a nice stretch in your neck. And when you're ready, you can just hang in the center. From here, we're going to halfway lift, fold again, and you're going to take your left foot, step it back into a high lunge. So our toes are all pointed forward right now. And then from here, we're going to keep our legs straight, hips pointed forward, come to a standing high lunge pose. Arms by your side. Then we're going to windmill our arms, and we're going to spin our back foot to the short edge of our mat into a warrior two. Making sure that your knee is tracking over your toes so you can see your big toe. So if your knee is coming forward, you want to push it back. You want to be able to see your first two toes. Stretching your arms out long. If you'd like a bit more of a shoulder stretch, palms up. If your palms are not up, you're going to flip the front palm up and you're going to tip back into a peaceful warrior. And then come back forward, elbow to knee, side angle pose. Coming back into that peaceful warrior. Hand to back leg or to hip. Coming forward into side angle. Holding for just a moment. Windmilling your hands down, coming into a plank pose, pitch forward, lower down chaturanga. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Tiptoe back up to the top of your mat. Coming into that forward fold again. Maybe it feels a little easier this time. Halfway lift. And then from here, we're gonna lower down, step our right foot back into that high lunge. So making sure that all toes are pointed forward, hips are pointed forward, standing into that high lunge. Windmilling our arms back. Side of your foot is lined up with the back of your mat. Warrior two. Reaching your fingertips far away from each other, stretching as long as you can, rolling your shoulders down and back, making sure that you can see your front two toes, so pushing that knee out. Flip your front palm, tip back, peaceful warrior. Come forward, elbow onto knee, side angle. Tip back, peaceful warrior. And elbow to knee, side angle, holding it for a moment here. Then we're going to windmill our hands down. Stepping our foot back into that plank pose. Tipping forward and lowering down into a chaturanga. And then lowering all the way down. We're gonna come into a full locust pose here. So we did the half locust pose before. Untucking your toes, making sure that your hips are even. Go ahead and rest your forehead down onto the mat. Bring your hands either palms up, palms down. It's up to you, whatever feels good in your body. And what we're gonna do is we're going to first lift our torso and then we're gonna try lifting our legs. So rolling our shoulders back and down. Inhaling, and on an exhale, lift your chest, looking forward. And then on an exhale, engage your glutes and lift your legs, pointing your toes. If you would like to try and spin palms down, opening through your shoulders a bit more, or you can try to interlace your fingers for an even more of a shoulder stretch. Holding it for 3, 2, 1. Come down. Rest your cheek, or rest your head on your cheek. Rest your cheek on the mat. We're gonna try that one more time. So go ahead, on an exhale, lift your torso and lift your legs. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite cheek rests on the mat. Take a breath. Then bring your palms so that they're right next to your rib cage. Toes are still untucked. You're going to lift up into an upward dog. So you can either lift up into a cobra or into a full up dog. Push back into a down dog. And from here you can either step, tiptoe, or hop to the top of your mat, and you're going to come into a malasana. So you want your feet at about 45-degree angle, coming down to this yogi squat. If you want to put blocks under your heels, because you can't come flat, that's totally fine. If you want to stay up a little higher, you can. But you want your back nice and straight. So we're in this malasana yogi squat, wide squat, toes track out. Breathing. And you can use your elbows to push against your knees to get a little bit more of a hip opener here. From here, we're gonna plant our hands down. We're gonna step our left foot back like we did in our high lunge. And then we're going to bring our right foot over into a pigeon pose. So you don't have to have your shin parallel to the front of your mat. You can bring your hip closer to your groin. You can sit up on a block here if that helps give you a little bit more leverage. But you just want your back foot going straight out, and you want your hips pointed straight forward. So we're in this nice pigeon pose, getting a stretch through our hips. You can stay upright. You can come down onto your forearms and sleep your pigeon. We'll just be here for another moment. And I want you to roll onto that right hip, bring that back leg forward and cross it over the side your bent knee. So your ankle is now touching your thigh of your bent knee, and you're bringing your heel into your glute. We're gonna take a nice twisted, a nice seated twist. So hug your knee into your chest. So you're gonna take your right arm up and hook it over that top bent knee. Exhale, twist. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist a little bit more. That left hand can be used to help twist you a little bit more. Don't crank into this. Just a nice, gentle twist. If you want to just stay right here and take this, that is great. Whatever feels good in your body today. Good. Come back up to the center. And then we're going to take our left leg and step our right leg back so we can do pigeon on the left side. So again, back leg straight, hips are pointed forward, resting your hands on your knee and ankle or on the mat, or coming forward and folding over your pigeon. Whatever feels good in your body today. Prop a block under your tush so you can sit there a little better. And then go ahead and sit onto that left side, swinging your back leg forward, crossing it over that bent knee. Hugging your knee into your chest. Now we're going to take our left arm up. Inhale, exhale, hook it around that knee and twist. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, try and look out over your shoulder. Breathing in this twist. Making sure you're pulling that knee in so you're feeling that stretch through your hip. Good, come back to center. And then just make your way up to stand, however you want to get there. And we're gonna go into a mountain pose. And from mountain, we're gonna go into tree. So I'm gonna face you. We're gonna root down through our right foot. So you're mirroring me. Right foot first. Take your left foot and place it either on your ankle, shin, or lift it up and put it onto your thigh, whichever one feels most comfortable for you. But when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're not going side to side. You are standing nice and tall. So you have your foot pushing against your knee, and there is equal pressure there. You're also trying to spin your knee open, so you're getting that nice hip stretch. Find a focal point and balance here. You can keep your hands at heart center. You can grow your tree, maybe a palm tree, or you can be a cactus. You could even try closing your eyes, seeing if you can balance there. You might sway, you might fall. Good, go ahead and release. Root down through that left leg and go ahead and either kickstand, ankle, shin, thigh, never on your knee because you don't want to push against your knee, you can injure. Making sure that your knee is opening to the side and you're having equal pressure, foot against leg. Finding your focal point, breathing. Skull, shoulders, and sacrum are in a nice straight line. Maybe grow your tree. Maybe try closing your eyes and see if you can balance. See, I get pretty wobbly there. It's okay. Tree in the wind. We wobble, we fall, we get back up, and release. We're gonna go through a sun salutation one time, so go ahead and come to the tops of your mat. Nice strong mountain pose. Arms lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, step, hop, or jump back to a plank pose. Hold your plank, pitch forward, lower down, chaturanga. Hold your chaturanga for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes, up dog or cobra. Push back, down dog. Hold your down dog for a moment. And I want you to take your knees wide, rest them on the mat, bring your toes to touch. Lower your head down. And take this moment to connect with your breath again. Take a scan of your body, what feels different than at the beginning of our practice. Do you feel a little looser, a little less achy and creaky? Maybe take this moment to say a prayer for your day or set an intention. And when you're ready, go ahead and sit up and come to whatever kind of seat you would like. You can come to an easy seat. You can come up onto your toes. Crisscross applesauce, whichever you would like. We're gonna do a few more breaths together. So inhale, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands down. Last one, inhale, arms up. Palms touch, bring your palms to your forehead. Think positive today. Bring your hands to your lips. Speak life, and hands to your heart. Remember to be kind. I hope you have a wonderful day.